Dr. Sean J. Harris here. Good morning and welcome to this week's Wednesday Wealth Masterclass, if you will. I'm going to be really brief and I'm going to teach a very critical topic that I think is going to be instrumental and a pivotal point to building generational wealth. We talk about generational wealth oftentimes, but I don't think many times people really understand what that means. But with generational wealth, the thing is we want to be able to build wealth that's going to sustain subsequent generations. So we can work and build businesses or even build a business system, but we don't design it where it's going to benefit our great-grandchildren and many generations to come. So I'm going to talk to you about a leveraging tool that we use to create ongoing, indestructible generational wealth. That's right, indestructible generational wealth. So here's a tool that we're going to talk about. And again, always remember, tools just make a job easy. Always relate in your mind. It's like, if I can do a task that requires manual labor, is there a tool that makes that task a little easier? If so, let's use that because it's going to compress time and get us there much more quicker and more accurately. So let's talk about family banks. So a lot of times people say, well, Sean, what is a family bank? Or what is a private family banking system? Well, it's a way that you're able to capture your own wealth and keep it within the family. So pretty much what we have here is a family bank. And what it is, you have the grandchildren here, the children, and then the parents or the matriarch of the family. So how this works is there's 3 rules to banking. Let me shift sides over here. We have 3 rules to banking. The first rule to banking is to pay yourself. I remember growing up, Dad always told me, Sean, pay yourself first. And I never really understood what that meant until I started getting older. And I said, I see. Definitely pay myself first. The second rule is pay yourself interest. Think about all the times you've purchased vehicles, cars, well, that is a vehicle, but vehicles, real estate property, machinery, equipment, stuff like that, where there's interest attached. Even just paying a simple credit card. So imagine recapturing and bringing that interest back into you. Can you imagine how much money you'd have if you were to keep all that interest? Then the third rule is to recapture debt. And pretty much that means the money that's going out, we need that money to come back and redirect back into our pockets. So these are the 3 rules of banking. So let me give you an actual example. We have what I call the grandparent example. Pretty much what the grandparent's going to do for every child that's born into the family. And this is how this works. This is all the Rothschilds have done. You have the Vanderbilts, you have the Rothschilds. The Vanderbilts built a lot of wealth, but the kids didn't maintain it. So the overall net worth of the Vanderbilts isn't as high as it really should be. But when we look at the Rothschilds, their net worth is unaccountable. Last time they checked, they said it's estimated what they think is over $700 trillion. And that's because they mastered the banking game when it comes to private family banking system. So pretty much what you do is you get a whole life policy, and it's just a dividend paying whole life policy designed for banking. So what the grandparent does, they establish this account for the grandkids. So here, from birth, from age 1 to 10, the grandparent will invest $6,000 into a policy. That comes out to be like $500 a month. They'll do that for the first 10 years. Once they hit 10 years old, the day after that, they're going to start investing $3,000 every year thereafter. Okay? So that's going to be $250 a month that they're paying into the policy. Let's jump forward a little bit to age 15. Age 15, the grandparent had deposited $75,000 into the policy, but the policy value, as you can see, is nearly $90,000 at $89,971. So at this point, you're starting to get a little groove going. Just a year later, at age 16, what are they going to want? A car, of course. So with $90,000, you can definitely finance a vehicle, okay? But just like any commercial bank or any traditional bank, you got to pay that interest back, and you got to pay the loan back, more importantly. So here, what you're able to do is you're able to finance your own bank through your own banking system to the family, but that child will pay back the loan. So the money goes back into the family banking system, and you recapture the interest, which what we're doing is we're abiding by rule number 2, which is to pay yourself the interest back, okay? And we're also to the point where we're recapturing the debt as well. Let's fast forward a little bit more. age 21. At age 21, again, we're recapturing debt. You're looking at $141,571. So now we definitely have more money into the banking system than what we ever put into the bank. So we're applying rule number 3. Let's jump to age 27. At age 27, we're looking at $214,727. I think that'll finance a new house. So at this point, again, just like a traditional bank, we're gonna secure that loan and pay it back to the family banking system, and we're gonna also recapture the interest. So again, we've successfully accomplished all 3 of the rules of banking, which were to pay ourselves first, to pay ourselves the interest, and to recapture debt. Okay? So at this point, think about it. If that family member, that grandchild, niece, nephew, whoever it is in the family, because we want to do this with everybody in the family. That's how you create indestructible wealth. But at that point, if a child fell into a little financial hardship, guess what? We're not going to kick them out of the house. Well, at least I hope we're not. But typically, they're not going to get evicted. But it gives them a chance to recapture and recover those funds and still put it back into the family banking system. Okay? Let's jump over here to age 60. This is where it gets good. Age 60, we now have $1.3 million, almost 1.4. So $1,373,476 to be exact. Plus, you still have a $3.2 million death benefit when they graduate. So you see how this comes together. So at this point, what you're doing is you're increasing the family's bank, and the purpose of the family banking system is to keep money in the family to build wealth. So this will definitely pattern your legacy to be built and have kids to be able to create massive wealth. Another thing you can do with the family banking system is you can tie in different systems where you have wills and trusts and things like that that will manage everything, and you may have prerequisites such as educational prerequisites. You may say that the child must take over the business or whatever it is that you want to do so that the child isn't just getting the money being a trust fund baby. So that's pretty much in a nutshell how private banking systems work. If you want to get more information, get with me. I have a course that I offer on that. But this is definitely a tool that you don't want to sleep on. You want to definitely take advantage of private family banking systems. So hope that was beneficial. Take care. And we only have a limited amount of time left in the year to get your goals done. So let's go.